Welcome back to Just a Minute, Just a Mishnayos. This Mishnayos in the Nishmas, Fred Ale Basracha, on the Schus of Eli Yitzchak ben Gila, and the Frost, Ser Basirish, Dafur Shlema. So Masechas Gittin, Perik Beis, Mishnah Hey, Mishnah Vav, Hakol Kshen Nechteves HaGet. Anyone is kosher to write a get, Afilu Cher Shet V'Katan, even a deaf mute, or a crazy person, or someone under Baal Bas Mitzvah, they're still allowed to write it. Even the woman is allowed to write her own get, and the man has to give the woman a shtovar, which is it's a document which then enables the woman to collect a ksuba when they get divorced. So a man's allowed to write that document. They're both allowed to write it because the get isn't a valid get until it's been signed, so they're allowed to write it because the writing, we don't really care about who writes it. And anyone is kosher to be a shliach, to be a messenger to give a get, except for a deaf mute, a crazy person, a katan, someone under Baal Bas Mitzvah, a suma, which is a blind person, or a non-Jew. Mishnah Vav, kiba hakatan v'higdil. If, let's say now, we said that a katan isn't allowed to be a messenger, but let's say you gave it to him to be the messenger, and then he became bar mitzvah, let's say. So cherish v'nispakach, or if we have a deaf mute who got better, so now he can hear, or suma v'nispateach, or blind person who was cured, shortem v'nishtapa, or a crazy person who became normal, nachir v'niskar, a non-Jew who converted, meaning they were given it before they became kosher, and now they want to go and give it. Plus, also they're not allowed to give it. They're not allowed to take this get and give it over. If we have a case where someone was normal and then someone was healthy and then became deaf and then was able to hear again, or if someone was able to see and then became blind and then became able to see again, if someone was sane and then became crazy and then became sane again, kasher. So in those cases, even if they got it before they became crazy and then they want to now take and give it to the woman after they were cured, so it's kosher. Zakal kosher tchilasav v'sayfer b'das kosher. The rule is that as long as at the beginning when he got the get and at the end where he gave over the get, as long as over there he's normal, so we don't care what happens in between. Good Shabbos, and those are today's Mishnayos.